Hello. I'm finally getting to the peanut butter fudge. I had to feed the guys. But here's my noodles. I'm going to take a couple bites. This is what they turned out like. And they're really, hi Cassie, they're really, really good. They're not, that's why I put a little bit of water in mine. Is because it makes them not so gummy and chewy. But anyway, it's good. All right, I'm gonna make the peanut butter fudge. What I always do first is I always put foil on it. This is non-stick, but it doesn't matter what kind. I put foil in my pans. I've seen so many people make fudge, and your first bite's always hard to get out. But with this, doing it this way, I don't mind using the foil, because once that fudge gets done, you're going to be able to pull that foil right out of there and pull that down on the sides and cut that really nice. So this is like that's just a few minute fudge. It'd be easy for anybody to make. So see, I just lined that pan. These are my fudge pans. And I don't know really what size these are. They're so old, I've used them so much. So I'm going to make peanut butter for you guys, and then my chocolate one is already online. So I'll just do it later unless somebody wants to watch. So I just push that down in there. I don't use wax paper because I like the foil to stay in shape it's in. And it's worth doing it ahead of time. You do not have to dry them at all. I did not dry my noodles today. If you look on there, the way I made them and showed you is the way I threw them in the pot of oil, or the pot of broth. So you only dry them if you want to, but these you don't. I mean, these ones I didn't. And you can see how nice they came out. They're really good. Just the right texture. So I got the foil done. Now, since we're making the peanut butter fudge, I'm going to use the bottom part of my stacked Tupperware stack cooker. And all you do is take a can of sweetened condensed milk. Linda, I did delete the one that I did of us today because it wasn't fair that I just pulled up on you like that. But I'm doing the fudge one now, so you just take that sweetened condensed milk and make sure you get down to the bottom of it. Get that sugary part out if it goes down to the bottom. This is pretty fresh though. I buy this up when it's on sale too, but I try not to keep it a long time because it can go yucky. You can also take one of these and put it in a slow cooker, the can, and it'll turn into caramel for you. I've done that once, and it did taste good. So you take that, and then the other thing I do is I always put a half a stick of butter in it. And I'm stocked back up on butter, so you know as well as I do that I am a butter person. Might not be a better person, but I'm a butter person. So, since I don't have a knife, I'll just cut it with a spoon. I'm going to put that down in there. And I'm going to use Peter Pan. We are Jif people, but they had Peter Pan on sale. And it was 3 for $5. And my husband told me to get Jif, but when I seen that 3 for $5, I went ahead and got Peter Pan. And he looked at me and said, well, go ahead and get him if you want him that bad. So I got Peter Pan. So I got him because he was on sale, and I do like Peter Pan. But we are generally Jif people. So I'm going to put about... And the reason why, you don't have to put this in there, but the reason why I'm doing it is because it gives it that little bit of a really good salty peanut butter taste. And I put about 3 tablespoons in this mix. Now I'm going to take this over to the microwave, and I'm going to put it in there for 30 seconds. I'm going to ride my little seat over. It's easier just to ride the seat over. But I hope you all had a good day. This fudge is so easy. Just melt that up a little bit. Let me look at this. That's not melted. I think my... We'll just let that go for a minute. I got to keep checking my microwave to see if they put it on a lower number. So yeah, you don't have to let them noodles dry at all. You only dry them if you want to freeze them or something like that. But I threw them right in the boiling broth, and they just cooked right up nice in about 15 minutes. And then I just turned it down and let it rest. But now I had a lot of broth in that. And as these sit, they do suck up that broth. So I'll just let you know that. As they sat there for about a half an hour, they sucked up the broth, and the broth got a little thicker there. You're really good. Now we'll just stir this stuff around here in there a little bit. So remember, we got 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, some a can of sweetened condensed milk. Shouldn't eat while I'm talking. And a half a stick of butter, real butter. You could put Blue Bonnet if you want to, but I always put real butter. So I'm going to stir that up a little bit. Put that in there for a minute. And it'll look like this. Then I'm going to put peanut butter chips in it. And that's the butter and peanut butter chips is what's going to firm that peanut butter up for you. So I'll measure what's in here. So I'm putting about 2 cups of peanut butter chips in that. And if you need to, you might want to make them melt a little bit more in the, see how they're going to do though. I think I better need to let them melt a little bit more. There we go. This thing's hard to use. It's getting a little harder to use. Probably because my legs are tired from being up and around doing everything today. So we'll just leave that in there for another minute. I don't think I got any more peanut butter chips, so usually I put 3 cups in it and I only put 2 this time. But I did put the peanut butter in, so that might make a difference. The sun's still here today, now that we got our clock set back up the way it's supposed to be. We've got 8 more seconds. Okay. That's about all you do. Just stir that up. Get that consistency. I'm going to put just a little bit more peanut butter, probably 4 tablespoons. Because if you're going to put 3 cups of peanut butter chips, would be a bag and a half. Go ahead and you don't have to put the extra peanut butter in. But since I don't have any, I'm going to put it in. So that's 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. And it's looking like it's going to really set up good. See that? Now the fun part is watching me pour it into the pan. So just stir that up. I've had it in there 2 minutes. 1 for the condensed milk and butter and peanut butter, and then 1 minute for the chips. So you can see that's getting set up already. So you just pour it in the pan. And it's going to be really good. No one's going to know that you didn't put 15, 20, 30 minutes into this. Now, my friend asked me if I ever done the icing and peanut butter together. I have, but I would never use that icing in the cake icing. I would never put it in that thing in the microwave because that can let off some bad toxins. But I'd rather make it this way because I like it this way best, even though the other turns out good. So see how that's already setting up there. And that's it. That's all you do. And now what I do is I always take it like this and smack it on the table. You're getting all the air out of that peanut butter fudge, or fudge of any kind. And you are, it's going to make it more firm for you. I do, Amy, I use the marshmallow cream, I use the little baby marshmallows. I do that if I make the 5-minute fudge, and I do a lot of that. I mean, every year at Christmas time, I do so much of that, it ain't funny. But with this, you don't need it. I mean, you could go ahead and put it in there and see how it sets up. It would probably set up all right. But if I was you, I'd use the marshmallows to do this 3-minute fudge, because the marshmallows are going to gain back that solidity where your cream probably wouldn't. So is what I'm thinking. So there we are with that. So now, since I haven't had you on here very long, I'm going to go ahead and do the chocolate. So I got another one of these. I keep moving that thing around, because I got to do chocolate anyway for a lady that I'm going to go see tomorrow. I'll do the chocolate. Just pour that, make sure that bottom's in there. And that's another part of my stack cooker. This Tupperware stack cooker, you can make cakes in it. You can make a 4-course meal in it. You could do meatloaf, potatoes, and green beans on top. It's got a stack thing where you just stack your stuff. And it's also got a colander for your meat. If you make meat, you can put it around there and the meat falls in, the grease falls on the bottom. So it's a really handy thing. So right now, we're going to put some chocolate cocoa in the chocolate, which is just as easy to do as the peanut butter. But I like to put cocoa in it instead of just chocolate chips because it gives that extra cocoa-y flavor. And chocolate has to have cocoa flavor to it, to me. So then I'm just going to mix that up and put the other half of this butter in there and mix that up a little bit. Chocolate cocoa. I put probably a good tablespoon and a half of that. And then the butter. And see, that looks kind of chocolatey already. I'm going to put that in there and put this in there for a minute on high. I got it on high. So the peanut butter's already done, just in that. But what you need to do with the peanut butter is put it in the refrigerator for about an hour. You can just put it in there and leave it overnight or put it in there an hour or two, and then it'll stay nice and firm. It seems like a minute's forever when you're over here. So within 10 minutes or so, you could have 2 different kinds of fudge made. So you could have enough fudge made to share with someone, or... Well, that butter didn't melt completely in a minute, but I don't care because it'll melt with the chips. Now, since I'm not putting any peanut butter in this, I will be putting more chips in the chocolate. So we've got the chocolate, cocoa, and the milk, sweetened condensed milk. And now I'm going to go ahead and put 3 cups in the chocolate of chocolates. Chips. I bought these fresh, but they're like a generic kind. Yes, I will post the recipe as soon as I get done for you, so I won't forget. There's 1 cup, 2 cups, and then I had some of these little ones. I'll put another cup in. So you want to put 3 cups of chocolate chips. There's only a few left. But you want to put 3 cups of chocolate chips in that. Kind of stir that down in there. And I've even used the bigger chips because that's all I had before, and it works too. So, long as they're chocolate. Okay. Let me put this in there. Running back and forth in my chair like I'm having a race. So I'll post the recipe so you'll have it, but this here is going to really, see, that's already setting up. If you put that in the refrigerator, you're going to have some good fudge. And it's easy to make. It's easier. I think my mother should try to make some of this fudge than stirring, because I do a lot of stirring during the 5-minute fudge and stuff like that. But with this, I don't have to stir as much. So I'll probably add this into my trays at Christmas time, and because it tastes just as good. But around Christmas time, I like to go ahead and stir, you know, listen to music and stuff. So we'll get that going, and then we'll have our chocolate fudge. The peanut butter's there. I'll be putting that in the refrigerator. And I got this foil on here and ready. You just want to put that around there. Put it in there. And if you get a little tiny hole in it, don't worry. It'll be all right. Hi, Diane. I'm glad everybody's on here. I'm sorry it took me so long to get on here. I had the time wrong and everything today. We didn't turn our clock up. My grandson come walking in the door while I was fixing their dinner, and I wasn't expecting him home for an hour. Here he come, walking in the door. But I had them noodles done in no time. I'm gonna go get this. Here I come. Now, just for the record, I put these chips in there with after we done the sweetened condensed milk and the butter. I put the 3 cups of chips in, and after I put the 3 cups of chips in, I done it for 2 minutes. So for 3 minutes altogether to do this. I'll write it down. Okay, Linda, I'll take a piece of that cherry pie you made up a hill from me. You've been busy today, Linda. I did delete that live tape I did because I snuck up on you like that. I felt guilty when I got home, but you are pretty, so it didn't matter. And she's been very busy, Linda has. She's been cleaning fans and pruning bushes and all kinds of stuff today. Okay, see how that's stirring up real nice there? Now this will set up quick. So 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, a half a stick of real butter, and 3 cups of chocolate chips. You put the condensed milk and the butter in the microwave for 1 minute. Remember your cocoa. Add your little bit of cocoa to the sweetened condensed milk and the butter. About a tablespoon or 2 of real cocoa. Put that in the microwave for a minute. Put your chips in. Your 3 cups of chips, and do it 2 minutes. So in 3 minutes, you have got some awesome chocolate fudge. Look at that. See how that's clumping out already? It's already setting up. A lot of, I always put butter in it because it offsets the flavor a little bit. It's setting up so quick, I'm going to have to spread it out. Let me go like this, see what it does. That's just kind of, I'll just kind of tapper that over there. When I make my 5-minute chocolate fudge, I just pour it in, and whichever way it goes, it goes. It might be peaked up or whatever, but it makes it look so nice and original. But with this, I'm just going to kind of tapper it a little bit. So there you are. You've got chocolate fudge, and you can put some walnuts or pecans or anything, but I don't. When somebody wants some or something, I never put it in there because you never know unless they ask me for nuts. But some people just can't eat the nuts, so this will just be fine. Let's see how that's setting up already here. I'll put that in the refrigerator. I'll set them both in there for an hour or so and clean up my mess. And then I'll take some, bring it back out and open it and cut it and stuff to show you how beautiful it is when you cut it and how tasty it looks. So other than your mess, you don't have a lot of time in this dish, in these fudges. I do make, I take the white chips and make gumdrop fudge, which I know some of you have already made that, what I had online, and it is really good. But I don't want to make too much fudge at once because there's no holidays or nothing. So anyway, peanut butter. Whoops, I'm turning you around again. Peanut butter. Let me get this out of the way. And chocolate. So we got that done in a matter of minutes, ladies. You can have this done. So I will get off of here because I got a new book in the mail today my son told me about. It's called Costly Grace by Rob Schnook. So I'm going to start reading this book. It's supposed to be really, really good and easy read. So I'll get off of here. And I love you all. Yeah, Linda, walnuts. I've got walnuts, but I'm not going to use them because Mary Walters cannot eat nuts. She doesn't have the teeth to eat them. So, but she likes the chocolate. For years, I made her peanut butter fudge. And now she's switched off and likes the chocolate better. Her taste buds has changed a little bit. So anyway, enjoy that cherry pie, Linda. Why don't you post the recipe down for us so we can make one? And that sounds really, really good. So anyway, I'm out of cake. I'm out of everything else. So I think I might make a chocolate cake for the guys, a lava cake, but I might wait till tomorrow or the next day to make it now that got somebody coming. And, see, I was going to put vanilla in it and forgot. I make my own vanilla. But that's okay because you've got your vanilla in this. You've got enough vanilla taste, so that's okay. And I forget it every time anyway, but I do put vanilla in my 5-minute fudge that I make on the stove. A lot of people don't like the nuts in the fudge. Now, my oldest son, around Christmas time, he doesn't eat it all the time, but around Christmas time, he likes the good old-fashioned chocolate fudge with the nuts in it, and I make it then. But anyway, I'm either going to make a cake. Now Linda's talking about pie. I may go ahead and make Tom a couple custard pies because I've got the crusts already made. And I didn't make them. They're from the store. But anyway, I could make a couple custard pies for him. He loves custard pie or pumpkin or anything like that. So God bless you all. I will see you again. And I hope you try this peanut butter fudge. One of you was wanting the recipe, so there it is. And I'll write the recipe down. in the comments just as soon as I get off of here. The peanut butter fudge, I'll write the recipe as soon as I get off here, Nancy. But all I put in it was the sweetened condensed milk, a whole can. I put 3 tablespoons of peanut butter and 2 cups of, well, I put 1 bag, so you might as well just use that. A bag of these chips, peanut butter chips, and I put 1/2 stick of butter. That's all you got to put in it. And I'll tell you how to do it as soon as I get off here. I'll write it all down. So it's so easy. We had both of these fudges done in just little of no time. So God bless you all, and I'll get busy writing that down. And Linda, I did take that off of there so you won't have to look at it. Oh boy, I wish Taco would have been out there so he could have been on it too. Anyway, God bless you all, and we love you.